Fake Archie and Lilibet must be exposed. Harry and Meghan cannot continue their game of lies. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel. So the subject of Meghan and Harry's suspicious kids is always a bit of a mystery, and it is making us a bit curious about what's really going on. We still have many questions and absolutely no answers, so in this video, we're going to keep on talking about this issue some more. Okay, so first, I want to start with a call out to Harry and Meghan about their invisible children from a royal commentator, Mr. Wild Wolf. Are you prepared to be fact-checked by the whole world? The second you allow pictures of these fake kids, you have real birth certificates with real signatures, christening papers with real signatures, and DNA will be needed by at least 3 services, not of your choice. Real doctors who pulled these two from you, Meghan, minus your hysterectomy, of course, hospital records, pictures of real newborns in the hospital, proof. You are known as a worldwide liar, a narcissist, and a con. Be prepared for these 2 kids to be studied by everyone, from the average Joe to world-renowned doctors and physicians. Charities are just not going to do it, riding off effing coattails of others. If you want to play games, let's play. Let's see what you really got. I'm waiting. Don't worry about the royals. This is your life, your game. Let's play ball. Sometimes I just take a step back and I wonder how this insane situation is really a thing. I mean, if this were a plot of a book, for example, people would say that's ridiculous. They should have written something a little more believable. But here we are. This is playing out right before our very eyes, and people are so baffled by it. It kind of reminds me of a reality TV show because those are usually scripted. I mean, or it's like a Shakespearean drama or a tragedy or a comedy that we, luckily or unluckily, have front row seats to. I think everybody was just confused about what was going on at first. I mean, it has taken a few years, but now most people can see that Harry and Meghan are not going to do anything except lie. I guess there are still a few loose ends to tie up, though, like the invisible children. And what they did at the Kevin Costner event, I mean, how are they not so embarrassed? I'm suffering from secondhand embarrassment, and I can't even stand the 2 of them. How could they be so oblivious to the fact that they made themselves look like complete idiots? Meghan is always making scenes, trying to make herself the center of attention, and she just turns everybody off in the process. And why is Harry still so obsessed with her, or is he? I don't even know at this point. It cannot just be because of the sex. I mean, there has to be something more going on here. This year, Harry has had a few opportunities to escape her once and for all, but it seems like he doesn't want to. And yeah, I know both of them are dealing with some mental illnesses, but it's all just ridiculous. It's all just so ludicrous, but the mainstream media, both in the UK and in the US, continue to try to sell us these stories about the invisible kids as if they're real, as if all of this is just normal. I mean, we are still waiting for their house of cards to come falling down. And I'm guessing we might still see some images of the invisible children, but I'm sure it's going to be CGI. And it's going to be at just the right time for Meghan to make the most money off those kids. The images all of a sudden are going to be out there. I mean, they could create a scene with those children in any situation, anywhere. How would we be convinced if they're real or not? You know what, though? They need to hire somebody with more experience in this area because the photoshopped images that we have seen in the past are just pitiful. Think about it, you guys. I mean, this couple of con artists will do anything. They will create any sort of trouble they can if they think it's going to make some money. When it comes to the gruesome twosome, making up invisible children is certainly within the realm of possibility. And as for tricking the royal family, well, just look at all the fake but moving and crying newborns they use in Hollywood. And when the kids are small, it's pretty easy to use somebody else's. Meghan is certainly insane enough, and Harry's an enabler, and he'll just let her get away with anything. But see, one big problem for Meghan is that women can usually see through other women pretty well. Other people have said that when Meghan Markle enters the room, it's like a dark cloud has descended upon it. We can see that through the TV screen. We don't need to meet her in person to know that she is a dark soul. We know her type. She scans the room and nobody comes up to her. Many people glance, but they turn their backs immediately and they resume their conversations with other people. So then Meghan will focus on one person to talk to. So those that were there just melt away and leave her to it. And then once she's got her captive audience of 1, that's when she's going to let them know that she wants something. And of course, her poor target tries to be polite. And at this point, most of us realize that person needs to be rescued. But wherever they go, Meghan Markle is going to follow. Lots of those phony smiles, lots of flattery, but Meghan Markle is not going to forget her target. This is a game that Meghan knows all too well. Other women, though, are always the enemy because we know what she's all about. And even as delusional as she is, she's got to know that. So with women, she's going to show her nasty side, and then she's going to turn around and be super sweet with her target. She assumes that her target is always going to remain polite, and she'll turn to her target to stand up for her. And if somebody dares to call her out for all this, well, she's going to pretend to be the innocent angel in the whole situation. Oh, but I would never. I was only trying to. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody's falling for it. I mean, we have seen her do this kind of thing so many times, and if her poor target happens to be married, well, then she's going to let them know, oh, you look exhausted. Is she making you do too much at home? You should really get out more. I mean, come on now. Even though you're married, you don't have to be together all the time. She'll do anything she can to destabilize the marriage of her target. And once she thinks she has succeeded in that goal, that's when she starts with the little sexual innuendos. Subtly, or even not so subtly, letting that man know that she'll do everything his wife won't do. But at least many men now know what she's all about too. Most men now are not going to have their lives ruined by this aging gold digger. I mean, come on, she's not worth it. But they do know how to lead her on and then ditch her. Nobody believes anything she says. So now at least we can rest assured that when Meghan Markle goes after her next target, she probably won't succeed. Alright, switching topics a little bit. In a previous video, I said William's charm offensive to America is leaving the Sussexes seething. And apparently, William's success in America has made his younger brother and sister-in-law worry quite a bit. You guys talked about this issue with me quite heatedly, so let's review it a little bit. That's alright, everybody, that's all the time that we have for now. Thanks again for leaving such excellent comments. And if leaving such excellent comments, and if hesitate to share this video with, please don't forget to subscribe to our The King YouTube channel to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a lovely evening, and we'll be back to see you tomorrow. Bye. I love you all.